The Spark is the story of raising my son Jacob and finding out all of these incredible things about his mind.
Welcome down the rabbit hole, friends. Natalia Grace's adoptive mom, Kristine Barnett, is speaking out once again. Last week, I brought you a bunch of her social media posts spewing what I think was a lot of BS, if you know what I mean. But she is speaking out once again, and it is ridiculous. Let's take a look.
And although at one time he was locked in this world of autism, and he couldn't speak, couldn't talk to us, through the process of raising him, I learned something that is true for every child, for all children.
Can you believe it? I can barely believe it. This is an interview Kristine Barnett did in 2014 regarding the book she was putting out about her son, her eldest son, Jacob, who is diagnosed with autism. She wanted everyone to know that she was this amazing mom who found the spark in her son and was able to accept him and help him grow to be this amazing genius he turned out to be, so she could write a book about him and make millions of dollars off of it.
And I've seen it time and time again in the children that I've worked with, that if you find their spark and you are able to reach them on this deep level, the way that they actually learn, that they will dazzle and amaze you.
Yes, she's a wonderful mother, and we're about to hear more all about that.
Well, I definitely didn't expect my children to be doing the things that they are.
Because Kristine Barnett is making another round of really weird manic posts on her social media. She's the only one who didn't appear in the documentary. She hasn't spoken out as of yet, and I've been told in the background she has turned down all attempts to get her to appear in the next part of the series, but she's trying to shop her own version with someone else, someone that she can trust to tell her story. Until then, she'll be speaking out on her Facebook, I guess. So here's what Kristine initially was posting about the documentary where Natalia gets her chance to speak out. I did go a bit quiet during this real-time documentary from just complete shock. Remember, I did not participate and I'm watching this with all the rest of you. When people are done with these allegations against me, I will respond. Also, anyone that knows me or knows my sons will know already what the response will be. And here's where things get even weirder from Kristine. It basically sounds like she is thinking that the documentary is sort of like a dating advertisement for her. She writes, "If you are texting me out of nowhere with friend requests, no. Here's a breakdown of how I need to respond to each of you. Number 1, I know you may have seen compromising photos of me. No, I will not date you." Wow, Kristine. I have trouble believing that's really how you feel. I guess that's Kristine's biggest takeaway from this documentary in which she's caught horribly abusing her children. Wow. We are not moving to Boca. I don't remember anything about you moving to Boca in the documentary. If anyone else does, let me know. Oh, here we go. Actually, this is... Kristine writes, "This one is for one viewer in particular who will recognize himself." So I guess someone's been spamming her about moving to Boca. This is like Kristine's dream, to be spammed by all these men and focus 110% on that on her social media instead of having to address any real issues. Let's see what else she has to say. "If ID, that's identification discovery, is trying to make me a Kardashian..." What? Okay, fine. I'll also own that one too. But I am not open to dating people. Kristine, this is not about you dating people. But I am not open to dating people who are watching this series. Do not try to pick me up. Do not try to phone me. So you're saying, do try to pick me up. Do try to phone me. Do stop by. Wow. This is insane. Okay. Do not try to pick me up. Do not try to phone me. Do not stop by. It's not going to happen. Unless, of course, you're George, Joe, or Elon, then okay, as previously discussed. What? Smiley face. Laughing smiley face. So, A documentary, once again, came out in which you are accused of doing horrible things to a tiny little girl and also treating your family in the most disgusting manner, and this is your response to it. This tells me all I need to know about who you are. And it goes on. The volume of male interest that has suddenly appeared is overwhelming. But the bottom line is, and listen to this one, identification discovery, sex needs consent. What is she talking about? What is she talking about here? Identification discovery sexually harassed her? Like, I don't understand. I can't follow. Oh, okay, she explains. She writes, photos of me in sexually compromising positions from private conversations should have consent to be shared. I do understand that. I did not consent to sharing these, and I do not appreciate my family and friends being exposed to my private sex life. Honestly, I cannot describe my feelings about what happened here, even the level of wrong this is. In regards to that, I will own my own private life. I do understand this. We saw the pictures of Kristine in the documentary. They were pretty over the top. I mean, I think the documentarians, they really wanted to make a point about how bad this is, like how Kristine was interacting with her husband and other men at the time. But I also understand that this was a private picture that she sent to one or more men and possibly George. But, she deserves her privacy for sure.
And I think what I want is for parents to be able to just take this home, take this philosophy, make a simple change, and then watch remarkable things happen in each and every one of their children.
She goes on to write, what I have to say further is, I have had sex. God, what is wrong with this woman? This documentary is not about your sex life. It's about the fact that you abused this young girl and that you had all this other shit going on in the background. It's just like pairing it with everything else that was happening to let people know there may be some reasons why you weren't completely focused on your children here. There was a lot of shit going on in the background. Like, we get it. Our question is, why did you do this to Natalia Grace? Like, I have had sex. Anyone here who hasn't, go ahead and judge me. We all got here from having sex. The focus is so misplaced. I come from a long line of sex having women, and so do you. Weird emoji. We are human beings, and I am not ashamed of my private life. I am horrified by the way it is being revealed. I am currently being harassed as well, but I am not ashamed. I get how it sells documentary series, but this was going too far, as with everything in this series. Okay, I don't think that's what sold the documentary series, Kristine. Let's be honest. Your picture with your hand down in your crotch is not what sold the series. People were interested in the series because you imitated a real life horror movie in your own home. That's why people are like, what the fuck? I mean, come on, Kristine. Be honest with yourself. Okay, I get how it sells documentary series, but this was going too far, as with everything else in this series. Number 2, other friend request. Please just PM me. I'm not cold accepting requests. No one wants to be your friend, Kristine. Gross. Number 3, media requests. Same as 2. All right, so PM her. Further statements as of today, Benjamin Pearson. I love you. Thank you. I don't know what that is. Maybe that's her lawyer or whatever. But, yeah. Oh my God. Oh my God. This woman is as bad, if not worse. I mean, she's worse than even what I thought when I saw the documentary. Yes, she's an abuser, but to not even be concerned about the reality of what's going on here, no, I can't even deal with that. And then lastly, she writes, I'm looking forward to the truth being made public, even if this page is where it probably will have to come from, and I will tell the whole truth of it. And I will own what I need to own in this all, from my sex life to what kind of mom I am. Oh, finally addressing that. To how I initially, from 10 years ago to now, am handling all of this. No one cares. Thank you. Wow. Okay. So we've already seen in the video I made last week several other posts from Kristine's Facebook page in which she essentially attributes all the bullshit crap that happened in the documentary to being Michael Barnett's fault, Natalia's adoptive father. Kristine alleges that it was Michael who came up with the idea to re-age Natalia and really wanted to get rid of her. Although it seems hard to imagine that Michael was responsible for everything, given that Natalia herself tells a very different story about having a horrible, abusive relationship with Kristine. There are additional posts from Kristine and so much more to talk about when it comes to Natalia's current sort of family, the Mans, and what's going on with the major church scandal with Antoine Mans. But for now, I want to leave you with a suggestion to head over to Mothership Explores, a YouTube channel on which I will be talking about the complications and my own personal experience dealing with orphans who suffer from RAD, reactive attachment disorder. This may be hard to believe, but I've seen some cases, actually a lot of cases, that are similar to what is going on with Natalia here. We're going to talk about that extensively on the Mothership Explores. Check it out, and I hope to see you again here soon.